This call is now being recorded.
Um, I'm sure it's a network issue. Our facilitator will join back very soon. Please confirm that you can hear me.
Yeah, we can
Yes,
hear
I
you.
can hear
Absolutely,
you.
we can hear you.
All right, beautiful. Thank you, thank you. I'm sure it's network. She's going to join very soon.
The slide is not showing again. What happened?
All right, I think it's a network issue, like I said in the last 2 seconds, right? I think our facilitator is having some network issues. So please just hold on for her. Meanwhile, we're just trying to admit more people in. Um, she'll be here shortly. She'll be here shortly. So if you've not brought out your laptops and your internet and all of those things that you need, I think now it's a good time to get those things powered on your Excel, your laptop, your phone, and get those things sorted while she's trying to join back. Right. Okay.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. Welcome back.
Thank you. I had to change my internet provider. I'm sorry for the break in transition. So while whoever doesn't have, I was asking if Dolapo is here. I don't think she's here yet.
I'm here. I answered you. I'm here.
Oh, great. Okay, so it's at that point that my network started giving me issues. All right. Hi, Dolapo. So please, I'll need you to take notes as we go. Yeah. So I was asking if there's anybody who does not know how to navigate in Excel. And, this is really not the place to be shy. It's not the place to form for anybody, for any reason. We're here to help everybody, and we really don't want anybody to be left behind. So if you know you have any challenges or any issues, just speak up now. All right. Okay, so everybody's fine with Excel. We're doing good. We're all great. Awesome. Before we go deep into it, let's just have a recap.
Hello?
Okay, Hakim. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I have no background knowledge with Excel.
Okay, that's Hakim Lambo.
Yes.
Thank
Please.
you for speaking up. All right, Beulah.
Ma.
Beulah, you raised your hand. Yeah.
Like I'm not that deep in Excel, but I know how to just normal way of using Excel, but not that deep with it, ma. Like just little
Okay,
knowledge.
that's Beulah.
I also have just little knowledge.
Ibukwa Yomide.
Yes.
Abdul Sofiat. Grace Ade. If you have little knowledge of Excel, please put your name in the group chat. Godwin Coco, you too. put your name in the group chat so that it's easier for Dolapo to collate that information, please. All right. So everything we're going to be doing today is hands-on. You will see me do, and you will do as well. You will learn as we go along. But then after this class, we will now have some additional classes for everybody who is still on the beginner or basic level of Excel so that you can catch up, faster as we go. All right. Yeah, so just put it in the group chat, it's fine. Can somebody just remind us, we talked about this last week, what is data? What are the types of data that you know about? Anybody in the house, please. I don't want us to use more than 5 minutes on recap of what is data, types of data, types of analysis. Anybody, please raise your hand. Hope, please go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello,
Yes,
can
we
you
can
hear
hear
me?
you.
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
On our last discussion, we talked about data. That data is a collection of facts, statistics, or information that can be analyzed to gain insight and make informed decision. It can be number, text, images, audios, and videos, etc.
Awesome. That's fantastic. It's very basic and simple explanation. Let's talk about types of data now. I want to talk about specifically structured and unstructured data. And the best way I can describe it is, how a noun is the name of a person, place, animal, or thing. Yeah, we have countable nouns and we have non-countable nouns. Yeah. Countable nouns are like boy, 2 boys, shoe, 3 shoes, chair, 3 chairs. We have non-countable nouns like water, like air. And that's just the same kind of schematic that applies to data. So we have data that is countable in a sense. You can easily structure it, you can identify it. Yeah, it's easy to count it, to extrapolate, to make predictions based on it and say, okay, 2, 4, 6, 8, these are numbers, or dates, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or years. Those are data that can easily be structured and counted. Also, that you can't really structure things like video and audio files, pictures, colors. You can't put it in a table and say you want to begin to analyze it. Yeah. So I will share some resources on the differences between structured and unstructured data. Dolapo, please make a note of that. All right. So that we'll have that to go back to. Every topic that we discuss here, you will have a quiz during the week. So it's not just going to be this conversation that we're having. We will talk about it and then you will read up on it, and then you will have a quiz to show that you have actually read and understood the information that we're trying to pass across. All right. I want to share the file that we'll be using for today's work on the WhatsApp group. So just give me a second, please. In the meantime, if anyone has a question, you can raise. All right, so you should all be able to see the file that I've shared on the WhatsApp group. Kindly download it and open on your systems, and let's start working. All right. Whoever has it downloaded, please let us know.
Hi, Bisola. I have downloaded it.
Awesome, awesome. So that's 2 people who have downloaded it. I see that Ifeolu has downloaded as well. Peter?
Sorry, ma. Good afternoon. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Someone reached out to me that they are still waiting to be let in, please.
Admin, please let them. All right. All these downloaded. I want to believe that your screen looks like my screen. You have opened the file. You are looking at it. Let's give about 1 more minute for the downloads to complete. Mary, it's already sent to the WhatsApp group. Please check the data analysis WhatsApp group. The file is there. Oh yeah, while we are waiting, I just wanted to mention this. Very, very large congratulations to everybody who has been able to start learning the Google Analytics program. I'm very happy, very happy that a number of people, have been able to start learning. For the people who said that they have not started it, I just want to let you know that by tomorrow, every week of this program starts on a Monday morning. So by Sunday, everybody who has not met up with the requirements for the week, we will have to leave them behind. Yeah, because otherwise we won't make progress. So I mean, I think if Tech in Transit has been able to put such a program together, gather facilitators, gather resources, bring money, because this thing is not free. You understand? It's not free to do. All these things you are seeing cost money to provide, and nobody's collecting money from anybody here. And they do all this work, and all they say is, okay, for your own future, for your own good, go and learn this, go and click on that, and you don't even bother. Then it won't be fair to those who have done that to be held back because you didn't bother to do your own part of it. So, everybody needs to take responsibility for their own learning and progress. So I just wanted to let you know that we will be moving forward without the people who have not completed the assignment. And the first week's assignment was very, very, very easy. Sign up for financial aid, and start learning if you can. There will be more challenging things as we go, but for now, that was pretty easy. So it's just to know who is serious and who is not, because I won't lie to you. For every person who is serious, the people who are not serious are taking away the time that could be used to help you. Is that it? Yep. All right. So thank you everyone for being here once again and for taking this seriously. I think we can move forward. Somebody said they couldn't see the file. Have you seen it now? Oluwasegun. Okay, I want to believe that you have seen it. And we are ready to move. Is there anybody who has not opened the file? We need to move quickly. We need to move quickly. All right. Dolapo, I will not be able to see. So please, if anybody is putting in a comment or asking a question or raising their hand, just let me know because I will not be looking at, I will not be seeing that. All right, so here we are.
All right.
Thank you. Now, the first thing, very first thing I want us to learn today is navigation, how to navigate in Excel. The way I explained this to my younger students was basically to say, I'm just going to close this off because it's right. It was basically to say that imagine you have a book. Yeah, you have a book. A book has pages. All right. Excel is like a book. Every file that you have in Excel is called a workbook. And each book has sheets. You see at the bottom here, sheet. You can add sheets, sheet 2, sheet 3. It's just like saying this entire thing is a book, and these are the pages of the book. Very simple. So we're in the August tab. They're called tabs, all right? The sheets are also called tabs. We're in the August tab. And what I want you to first understand is how to move around in Excel. Okay? Okay.
It's not going. Garkogo received. Who is somebody is answering Garkogo received?
Shiana? I don't think I can. All right. So a lot of people do this when they want to move from one side of the worksheet. You use your arrow keys and you go like that, or you use your mouse. You can see my mouse at the bottom of the screen here. You use your mouse and you move around like that. If you learn nothing here today, if you learn absolutely nothing here today, what I want you to go away with is, don't ever do that again in your life. Move around as a data analyst. The first thing I would like you to do is to learn how to use your control and arrow keys to move from the beginning of data to the end of data. Yeah, so I'm holding down the control key and I click right. It takes me to the end of the data. You can see that there is no blank space between A and Y. If I hold down control, I move my arrow once, it will take me to the end. If I hold down control, move my arrow down, it takes me to the last one. All right? So I want you to play around with that a little bit. Move from the top to the bottom, move from the left to the right. And doing this helps you very easily see if there are gaps in your data. If there was anybody who, for example, didn't have a transport allowance, let's take this out. On that row, when you move, it will stop before the blank cell. All right? So it's very important that you learn how to do this because you will be working with huge data sets, and it will be frustrating to keep doing this, going down one by one. All right? If you look at it, you can see just how many rows Excel allows you to have. Excel allows you to have just over 1 million rows. And, it's very it sounds like a lot, but it's not. It's one of the lowest, capacity tools, which is why we still revert to things like Power BI and SQL and Python and R. All right, because those ones have even larger ranges than Excel, much larger ranges than Excel. You can see how many columns you have. So the column goes that way. You will notice that I don't use my mouse a lot. This is my mouse here. I don't use it to navigate. I just use my keyboard. So move to the left, hold down Control. If you want to select a column, Control space bar will select the column of wherever you are. Please try it and be sure that it works. Control space bar will select your column. You can use Shift to select more columns. So you hold down Control, hit the space bar, and then hold down Shift and use your arrow keys to navigate. Similarly, holding down Shift and your space bar will select the row that you are on. Shift space bar, and then you can use your arrow keys to navigate. Okay. Any questions so far? All right. All right. I'm just going to give one more minute for you guys to move around and tell me if it's working for you the way.
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
So using Control space bar, it highlights the whole column. So how do we highlight just a single row using the Control key?
How to highlight a single row using Control. You do not use Control for a row. You use Control for a column. Let me show you again. I'm clicking on Shop Manager. Okay. I want to highlight the whole column. That is everything that is in D. I hold down Control and I tap my space bar. That's it. If I want the row, I will hold down Shift, the Shift key, either of the Shift keys, and then tap my space bar. That's it. All right. And then if I want to move around, I use Control to jump to the next empty cell, or to the next cell before a space. That's a better way of putting it. So you can see that if I wanted to use my mouse to select this data now, I'll probably start dragging and be dragging and be dragging and be confused and lost. Aha, finally, I've got it. That took me, what, 7-8 seconds? But if I was to do this with my shortcuts, that's Shift, Control, down, right. It takes literally 1 second, which means that using these shortcuts, I will be 7 times as fast as somebody who is dragging with their mouse. And I'm not even going to lie to you. If you were in an interview or you were testing for a data analysis job and I was interviewing you and I saw you dragging, I would automatically, you have failed the interview. Automatically. There's nothing you can tell me again that will make me say, okay, yes, let's continue. There's no point. Yeah, because every second counts when you are analyzing this huge set of data. Imagine that this was 500,000 rows of data. Yeah, and I'm dragging. When will I finish dragging? Yeah, so Shift. That's why I said if you learn nothing today, learn this. Shift, Control, down, right. You have selected the whole data set. Control down, control right, control up, control left. That's it. Is it clear? Gloria, you've raised your hand.
Yes, please.
That's clear.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much. Please, how can we, if we want to highlight using the shortcuts, maybe column B, column D, and you want to skip to column G, is it possible?
It's a good question. It is not possible using these shortcuts because these shortcuts assume that you want to do something to data that is together. All right, so you can do it separately. Column C, add B. You can hold down Control and then use the mouse to select. But yeah, you can do it this way. But basically what this shortcut is for is all the data that is together that you want to work on. All right?
Yes, thank you.
Yes, Dolapo, please make a note of it. Let's provide a list of shortcuts that will be very useful for data analysts.
All right.
Please give me a second. I need to attend to something. Mrs. Adeshola, please, are you in the meeting?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Please, I will not be able to co-host because it's affecting me.
Oh, so I should just revert that. Okay, I'll do that now.
Thank you. All right, awesome. So, to the most senior users of Excel in the room, you should know by now that if you want to improve on any tool, there's a very easy way to do that, and that is to just go through everything one by one. And this is what I did when I first started using Excel many years ago. You know, I landed a job. I'd never even heard of anything like Excel before. You know, this was my first time of having to use a computer all by myself. You know, so what I did was to just start experimenting. What does paste do? What does this do? Each and every single icon you see here, I began to experiment with them to see what it meant, see how you could use it. Yeah. And over time, no matter what happens, no matter where you are, you can never feel like, I don't know Excel. The worst you can say, I've not done it before, but if I try, I'll get it. There are things I've never done on Excel before, but there's nothing that can scare me about Excel. Yeah. So I will encourage each and every one of us to have this mindset. Take your time. Play around with these things. Yeah. What does background do? It allows you to change the background of what
I can't hear. Am I the only one?
I also can't hear anything.
I can't hear as well.
I think your network is breaking now.
Same here.
Let's just hold on. I think it's
Hello?
I think
it's a network, I believe.
Just hold on. Just hold on, She'll try again. Just hold on.
Just hold on, eh?
All right, thank you.
you are working on. you know. So many things that are there that you've never
So
asked
sorry
yourself,
to
why is
cut
it there?
in. I
What
think
does
we
it do?
lost you for a
What does it
bit.
do? And there's no
We lost you for some minutes. So if you can just date back a bit. So that's all done. She's going to join again. And yeah.
Been finding it difficult. I'm thinking that maybe because of my that. So, mom, should I just pursue the Coursera? That I think maybe because of my age, like I'll be doing it. I'll be doing the course. The has course. What do you say, Kishi?
Nifemi, we can hear you.
While we wait for her, I'll just like to let us know that the video of the last recording is on the YouTube page. So you have to go to the YouTube page to get it. So you can watch it on the YouTube page. It's youtube.com. Just search for Tech and Transit and you're going to see the video. Yeah, please go on, please.
Also, I just know the Coursera course. I just saw it today. I've not been on the WhatsApp group for a bit. I think the last time I checked the WhatsApp group was on Tuesday. So I wanted to ask, how do we? Is it still open? Are we still supposed to do it, or we'll leave it? I don't understand. I don't know.
Yes, today is the final day for that. So I think you're still in time. You just have to maybe chat the facilitator or the messages are all there on the WhatsApp group, but you could just chat her up and she's going to send you the link on how to get the course and also on how to apply for the aid, from Africa and all of that. Yeah. Okay. Ade Afiz
All right,
is
thank
gone.
you.
Good evening. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity given to us. Because I would like to ask, I was able to apply for the financial aid, but I could not click on the audit course. So I've not started learning, so I don't know what next to do. That's my question. Hello?
Okay, thank you. Just hold on. Once your facilitator comes, you can direct that question to her. Right. Just hold on. When she's done with all that she's doing, then you can just direct that question to her or after the class. Right. Yeah. All right, so I just shared the link again for how you can get the recording from the last class, right, on the chat box. So please look at it. It's youtube.com /tech-in-transit. So you're going to see the clarity session. You're also going to see the data analysis, the first class itself. This would also be on that link, right? And please feel free to follow us on Instagram. It's instagram.com /tech-in-transit. We'll be dropping a lot of job updates on our stories. We already do that on our stories, job updates, internship opportunities, and as well as other tech information. So I think that it would be very valuable to join that, right? So just to keep us updated, right? And if you're not on the WhatsApp group, I'm wondering, because I saw some people saying that they're not on the WhatsApp group, I should add them. And I'm wondering how you got into this room if you were not initially on the WhatsApp group, because this class is limited to people that have registered, right? So I might not be able to add anybody to the WhatsApp group, except maybe your case is different and you want to chat me up to give a specific reason why. Right. Yes. So let's do. Okay. Yes. Sadiq Sabia. Sorry. Please go on.
All right. Good afternoon. Sorry, I chatted an admin the other time to lodge the complaint. The complaint is that while registering, I have two WhatsApp on my phone, and one for all these. I'm using two WhatsApp, a major WhatsApp, which is my line, and one for some other activities that are personal, which is the WhatsApp. So while I click after the Google form, after registering, while I click on it, it takes me to the WhatsApp group, which I don't want to use for the class. So, and I chat admin that maybe they should remove me from that one and add my major line, because this line is not my WhatsApp this thing. So they are yet to attend to that. So I should say it.
Okay. Thank you, Sabia.
Sorry.
Okay, so the
Yeah,
facilitator is back.
maybe we can solve that, but yeah. So sorry, where did you lose me? I didn't even know that you guys were not hearing me again.
You've gone off for a while now, like almost 5 minutes ago.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, Dolapo, please, what was the last thing you heard? Or anybody who can say the last thing they heard.
Moving around Excel.
You were talking about the navigation.
You asked him to send shortcuts, which he did, and that's where we lost you.
Moving around Excel.
Wow.
Play around it.
You wanted to tell us how to use the background font on the Excel sheet, then you were cut off then.
Wow.
Okay, you were also sharing an experience from your previous work experience when you started using Excel.
Yes. Just saying how, you have the responsibility to go and investigate every single thing that is on that interface and learn what they do. The background just changes. Instead of seeing white, you'll be seeing, you can put a picture there. You can do so much with Excel. You can change it to a different color so that instead of a white sheet, you're having a yellow sheet or a blue sheet. It depends on you, Let's talk about filtering now. So if you look at the top.
If you are sharing your screen, we can't see your screen.
Oh yeah, stop sharing. Give me a second. I feel sorry for myself. All right, you should be able to see it now. Please confirm you can see the screen.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes, I can see.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So therefore, let's talk about sorting and filtering. So what filtering does is to hide some information. It's like saying, I don't want to see, this information is too much. I don't want to see everything that is here. I don't want to see all the departments at the same time. I just want to see the department, the people that are in finance. That's all. Filtering allows you to focus on a particular information at a particular time. All right. And it doesn't mean that the information is gone. It just means that you can't see it at that point in time.
Ma, please, can you come again? I did not see that clearly.
Okay. At the top of column C on your laptop, you will see these tiny squares with a little triangle inside. If you click on it, it will show you all type of information that is in that column. Let's look at this, for example. Here it shows us all the different money that people are collecting as their basic salary. All right, so you can decide that you want to see only maybe they've told you that there's somebody that is earning 50,000 as their basic salary. That's the person you are looking for. Yeah. And you see the person, finance office assistant, is collecting 50,000 as their basic salary. This is very useful when you have a lot of information and you are looking for particular demographic or a particular trait, particular characteristic in a huge data set. Filtering is something that you will all do. So right now, let's filter column C to show only finance staff. Let's go. When you do this, you're going to grab your screen and put it in the WhatsApp group. Okay? So click on your filter for column C and show only finance people. Let's go. All right, we'll not be able to move forward until I start seeing those screenshots coming in. Well done, Joy. Well done, Gluchai. Yeah, let's have more coming in. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Which brings me to grabbing your screen. Okay, before I talk about grabbing your screen, let's quickly talk about filter. Okay, Beulah, you said there's no filter on your page. Can you see, Godwin, give me a second. Can you see mine? Can you see my screen?
I can see your screen, ma, but there's no arrow there. Like the arrow that is showing on your own, there's no arrow here. That's why.
Okay, what cell are you on? To know the cell you are on, that's the square that you are on. This, the number, the letter and the intersection. So if you are in B and you're on row 3, you are in B3. And an easy way to see that is where you are is always in this square at your top left. So I'm in B3. Where are you on your sheet?
C2.
Okay. Move to C1. There is no arrow like this.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
What is this? Print area and print styles. There's no arrow like that.
Please, ma'am, I would like to ask a question, ma'am.
Just give me a second. If there is no arrow like that, I will be very, very confused. What version of Excel are you using?
Oh, exactly. That's
Are you on your phone?
mine is 2016.
I also experienced the same thing. So what I did was I scrolled up. When you scroll up, you should be able to find the arrow. You need to go up.
That's why I'm surprised. If she's on C2,
Okay.
she needs to C1.
I've
You should be able
scrolled
to
up
see
now.
it. You've seen it now?
Yes, thank
Yes.
you, ma. I just scrolled up now.
For
Thank
those
you
of
very
you on
much.
your phone, yeah, thank you. Awesome. For those of you on your phone, it's only a matter of time. Oh. I really want to believe. You see, it's better, yeah, for you to have a neighbor that you go and bribe with gala and drink and borrow their laptop for 3 hours every Saturday. It's better than using your phone. 1,000,000 times better, I promise you. So please do whatever you can to get a laptop. Don't bother thinking you can do this with a phone. It will not help you. All right, Godwin.
I'm good now. I was about to ask the question she just asked. So it's good.
Awesome. Nelson. Peter, do you still have a question?
Actually, my question is, I think this is my first class. I was unable to meet up last week, and I didn't get a mail because I spoke with Mr. Michael. I'm doing a professional course that clashes with this time out, but I need this training. So mine was rescheduled for today. So I don't think I'm on the WhatsApp group for this group. I don't have this Excel you're working on. So I'm kind of like, I'm just floating. No, I'm not new to
Okay.
Excel.
All right. Can you put your phone number in the chat right now?
Okay. My WhatsApp number, right? My WhatsApp number.
Yes, WhatsApp
Okay.
number, so that we
Okay,
can
I'm
follow
drop-
up with you after the class. If anybody
Okay,
else is having a similar issue, please put your number in the chat right now so that somebody can follow up with you afterwards. All right? So we're moving on. We're now going to do something more complicated on filtering. Now we're going to compound our filtering. Okay? So now let's change it from finance to operations. Now we've seen now we can see all the operation stuff. We're moving quicker now. We have a lot to cover. Now we want to see the cashiers. We want to see only cashiers who are in operations. All right? You can see that. Here, I selected operations, and here I selected cashier. You will notice that on the operations side now, before we had finance and operations and departments, right? But now you can't see anything again. That's because you have already filtered this before you filtered this. So all you are seeing here, these cashiers are subsets of operations. They are all other operations. So you can't see the finance again. For you to see finance, you have to be ready to show everything here. And then this one will go back to still showing you all operations. But if you want to, you can now see finance stuff as well. Okay? So we're going to do this again. This time around, I want you to filter the departments to operations, filter to, and then show the title of office assistant, and then tell me what that person is earning for their net income.
$13,000. Like it.
Net income.
Net income.
Ma, please, can you come again with your question?
Okay. Filter your department to only operations. Filter the title to office assistant, and then tell me what that person is earning as their net income after tax.
Can you come again, Ma? Can you come again?
Okay.
It's 50,000. 43,320.
Okay, me too. Let me go and check.
13,398.
13,398.
$40,003. Busola, the net income. $40,003.
You are going to find, right?
40,003.
40,003.
40,000.
I can't hear anything, please. Am I the only one?
No, you're not.
See me.
I'm so sorry, I was muted. I've been talking since. I'm so sorry. Oh, okay. All right. So I heard everybody when they were saying 40,003, and I was wondering why they were still saying it after I've said yes, it's correct. All right. So 40,003 is correct. And I said the reason why it was a bit difficult for some people was because you could not see the title row when we filtered it. And that brought me to talking about formatting, that we colored these cells yellow or mustard or whatever color this is, so that it will stand out among all this information that is there. Yeah. I was talking about how this is basic housing, all the allowances, and this is the gross income. These are the deductions, the money that will be removed. So when they say net, they're talking about all the money that you are supposed to collect minus all the money they're supposed to remove. So when you're talking to HR and they say this is your net, or you're negotiating for a new job and they say how much net, that's what they mean. But in all these data, this is the most important one. So this one is what is colored. You can give different formatting to different things, and that's basically what this whole section is about. Formatting data. You can decide that you want this top row to be bold. You can decide that you want the top row to be blue, to be filled with blue for whatever reason. You can just do, handle the data and make it look presentable in a way that, okay, it's easier for me to get the information I need out of it if it's in this particular way. So even if I'm scrolling left and right and left and right, I shall know that once I see this yellow, that's net. All right. But an easier way to ensure that I don't, well, it's not even an easier way. Another way to ensure that I don't miss the information I'm looking for. First of all, I'm going to remove these filters. So if you look at the top right, you'll see where the sort and filter button is. Another option, go to data. You'll see that the filter is enabled. Click on filter, it will take the filters out. So there's no more filter here. You can now decide that you want to freeze your page. All right. So I want to be able to see who I'm talking about, even if I'm going far away. And so I can decide that, okay, after title, I want this title to freeze. So click on F4. All right, click on F4, go to View, and then click on Freeze Panes. And then tell us what you notice when you move. See that it's very easy for you to see now who is getting what. Okay? Are we there?
Yes, we are.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right. So let's say there's another column that is very, very important to us that we want to keep track of it. Yeah, okay. I want to know how much gross income would be. Go back to home, choose another color. Say, in a perfect world, this is the money that I'm supposed to be taking to my children. Okay, so you can always see that, oh, okay, the gross pay, this is what I should have been taking home, but because of, condition, I'm actually taking home net. When you format data like this, it's very easy to see, okay, you know that once you get to the green one, that's gross. Once you get to the yellow one, that's net. Yeah. All right, so we're going to put the filter back on now. The data you want to filter, Shift, Control down, and right. Data, filter. For the person who was asking, why we didn't put the filter on the third row, you can see that we have now put it on the third row. There is no, you can put it wherever you want it. Ruth, you've made a comment you are lost. Can you tell us where you are lost? Ruth, I can hear you if you are speaking. Afiz, what is your challenge?
Okay, thank you, ma'am. I was able to fit that, but the header was not showing. That was why I gave a wrong value for the basic salary. But still, how can I make the header, as in the title, to show so that I'll be able to get the correct value for the questions asked?
Okay, so look at it again. Do what I've just done. Remove the filter completely, and then put the filter on the titles instead of at the top row where it was before. Okay. Judah, you say you press F4. Why did you press F4?
Oh, I thought I heard you say we should press F4 so.
No, it's not new.
Oh, okay,
No,
okay.
no. What I was showing you is how to, yes. Oh, okay. Cell F4. Thank you, Joy. Not function F4. Go to F, column F, and row, shouldn't that be 3 actually? I can't remember what I was doing then anyway. But what we are trying to do
You were freezing.
learning how to freeze pane that time. So you said you should press cell F4, like the colon 4 and cell F.
Yes.
So
Thank
F4,
you.
go to review, then click on freeze place. That's what you are explaining.
Yes, you are right. So, and that brings an important point. Thank you. Because putting it on F4, look at it. When you put it on F4, you are saying freeze the top left of the cell I am on. If you want it to freeze here, that means that everything above this cell will not move. Look at that. All right? And everything to the left of this cell will not move. Can you see? So you need to be mindful of where you are putting your cell when you want to freeze the pane. Whatever cell you are on when you click freeze pane, what you're saying is whatever is to the left will not move, whatever is above it will not move. Very simple. All right? Okay. I think I've addressed all the questions. Everybody is okay. Onyeko, please, if you have a question, I think it's better to speak because sometimes I can't see this window. I'm looking at Excel and I can't see it. All right. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, Bisola. There is a hidden column E.
Awesome. I love that. Okay. We'll get to that now. Onyeko.
Yes, thank you. So I tried to freeze the row and colon F4, but I noticed that it's either it freeze the row or it's either freeze the colon. It's not freezing to do together like yours.
Interesting. So let's go back. We'll go back to it now and I'll show you how that works. So I'm going to unfreeze, view, freeze panes, unfreeze panes. It will move freely. Again, freeze panes. If you freeze the top row, it will freeze the row. If you freeze the first column, it will freeze the column. Let's even do that. Freeze first row. So it will freeze only row 1. But it's not row 1 we really want to freeze. We want to freeze this title row, this one. Again, look at it. If we freeze first column, note that it will cancel the freeze row you did before, and it will freeze the first column. But that's not what we wanted. We wanted it to freeze both at the same time. So we click on only F4. Only on F4. If you select the entire row, it will freeze the row. All right? So you need to be very, very careful of what you are doing. Look at that. Okay, so in fact, I'm still frozen. I'm not sure how you did that. Let's try again. Click on F4, click freeze panes, and you should be working.
Thank you. That's what. Yes.
Awesome. All right. Share Gozier. So let's ask our questions faster. We need to move faster, please. If your hand is up, please ask your question quickly.
Okay. I noticed I cannot go back to A, B, C, D. I'm just at F, G, H. I don't know what I've done. I'm trying to undo that. Ctrl Z, but it's not going back.
Yes, Ctrl Z does not work for freeze panes. So go back and unfreeze the panes. Go back and unfreeze. What you have done is you have frozen very far from where you should have frozen. So it's like, imagine that, okay, let's try it now. This is what you have done. Imagine that I'm in K and I freeze panes. Okay? It will not show me A and B. Do you understand? It's frozen, A and B are still there, but because I've said I want to be able to see this column at every point in time, there's no way it can show me that and still be able to go to B and A, and that's what happened. All right, so just Ctrl Z will not work. On freeze panes, go to where you need to go and then freeze the panes again. So I want to move to the hidden column now. If nobody else
I have
has
a
it.
question.
Quickly.
Yeah, sorry. The freeze pane, does it have to do with classification or the set of data that are in the worksheet? Because sorry to chip in this, there was a particular time like when what we do here is primary data, like collect questionnaire and the like. So when we code it from the like a Likert questionnaire scale, so we try to use freeze pane, but it's not always working. So is it that it doesn't work?
Were you working on Excel?
Yes, Excel.
I'm not sure why it wasn't working. It might have to do with how you formatted or how you imported your data. But freeze panes does not discriminate by the nature of data. It will freeze as long as, as long as your columns are properly defined. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so let's move on to hiding and unhiding. Whenever you see in Excel that yeah, there are several ways to unhide. If you this is the normal arrow that you can use to make a column wider or slimmer. But when you get here, it changes to a double-sided arrow. If you click it, it will unhide whatever was there. Oh, okay. If you drag it, it will show you whatever is there. But in fact, yes, if you double-click it, it should unhide. If you drag it, it should also unhide. So you can right-click to hide. So now, at this point, if you can see the double-sided arrow, it means that you have reduced the width of the column to the barest minimum, but it's not yet hidden. Even if you can't do anything there. You can't even see it. You are barely moving. But when you want
I'm unable to hear.
You can use your right click.
I hardly hear you, ma.
Can other people hear?
The network is breaking. Okay, we can hear you.
I can hear you, Crystal, you're clear.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So you're hearing me now. Okay. So I'm just talking about hiding and unhiding. Easy way to hide is to right-click the column or row you want to hide, click hide or unhide. Very simple. So if you notice that the numbers are not following each other, maybe one number is missing or one letter is missing, it means that something is hidden and you need to unhide it. It's that simple. So I was showing you how to unhide column E. So right now it's so tiny that I can't even find where to click. We select that column, and I just did that by saying Control Space. You know how before now, look at it. I can't drag it. When I try to drag it, it's G that is answering me. I can't get there. But if I select the column, Control Space, then I can move. Okay, I can do whatever I want to do with it. I can right click. Oh, okay. This will be because I have hidden these pins. Yeah? Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Basically, that's all there is to hiding and unhiding. I'm going to unfreeze now so that I can see everything update. All right. All right. Okay. Good. Now let's talk about creating a table. Oh, no, let's delete. So let's delete column E. We don't need it for anything. A good reason for that is because if you're in A4 and you do Control right, instead of taking you to the end of the data, it will keep stopping at E because there are empty cells in E. Same if you are at the top of E and you want to go to the end, it will keep breaking your journey because of the spaces. All right. Good data is data that is continuous and harmonious. It is together, it is consistent. When you have spaces in your data, it will make life more difficult for analysis. You want to count how many entries there are in a column. Look at this. I want to count how many people are in this company. All I do is go to D4, Shift Control down, and it tells me there are 26 people. But if I'm using E, I'll do Shift Control down, Shift Control down, Shift Control down, Shift Control down. I have to do it a number of times, and it still will give me the wrong answer. You understand? So as much as possible as a data analyst, this refers to cleaning data. Some of you might have course where it talks about cleaning data. You need to have clean data before you can do anything. If your data is not clean, there's no point. Your output will not make sense. It will not be right. So as much as possible, you need to learn how to clean your data up, make it consistent, make it harmonious. All right. We're going to delete column E now. A number of you will right click on E and delete, and that's fine. I tend to be very impatient, so for me that's Control Space Bar, Alt ED, and E is gone. All right, so please delete column E and let's move on. Next, we're going to remove the filter that we put in. Data filter's gone. All right, and now we're going to format as a table. So I was saying how rows and columns make tables in data. Every data that is in the rows and columns is already a table. But Excel differentiates between just data like this and then data that is actually in a table. So you will see format as table. I need to point out that when you format as table, it's like freeze pane. You can't undo it. It's something you can't undo. In fact, freeze pane is still better. You can unfreeze page. You can't unformat as table. Once you have formatted something as a table, it's a table forever. Okay. Before we do that, let's make a copy of this data so that we can do different things with it. Let's right click on the tab. You see move or copy. I need you to create a copy. So you click move or copy, move it to before sheet 1. So it's going to be just after August, and then click create a copy. Okay. If you don't click create a copy, it will move it away. If you click create a copy, it will retain a copy where it is and make a new copy where you are taking it to. All right. So we have created a copy. This is August 2. So let's go back to August 1 and make this a table. Select the
Sorry,
data.
please, can you repeat that process again?
All right, move or copy. Right click on the tab that you want to copy, the worksheet, that particular page that you want to copy, and then go to move or copy. Click on it, and then choose where you want it to go. You can actually say you want it to go to a whole new book. And then click create a copy. If you don't click create a copy, what you are saying is move this sheet to another book. It should not be here again. But if you want it to still be here, you just want to keep a copy in another book, you click create a copy. And then if you didn't want it to go to another book, you still want it to be where you are, it will show you all the different sheets that are in your workbook and ask you, where do you want me to put this copy? Should I put it before this one, that is, make it the first tab? Should I put it before this, make it the second? Should I put it? So you just choose where you want it to be, or you can decide to move it to the end. Create a copy is clicked, and you have yet another copy of that same sheet. All right?
Sorry, please, could you tell me the button you click to get the move and copy?
Right click. Can you see my mouse? Where
is what are we copying?
It's written.
Yes.
Okay. So if you right click on the August,
okay,
then you see it. Somebody asked me, what are we copying? Did somebody say, what are we copying?
Yes, yes. What are we copying? Is it the basic salary we are copying? I didn't get that.
We are copying everything you can see on this page. I said that Excel works like a physical notebook. It's like a book. And this one that we are looking at called August is a page, is a sheet in the August one. So we want to make a copy of this sheet now. So if you move it, you right click on it, move or copy, it will create the same thing again in another sheet. This is very useful for when you want to do analysis and you are not sure of what the outcome will be. You don't want to scatter everything, you don't want to destroy it. You just make a copy and keep it somewhere. Then you try whatever you want to do. If it doesn't work, you know that you still have the original somewhere that you can bring back and start all over again. All right? So now we want to format this as a table. As I said, you cannot undo. You can either go to format as table or Control T, create table. All right. And you can see that the beauty of it is that, you know, it formats it as a table. Everything is gorgeous and very, very nice. So Excel recognizes that this you know, this is a body of data. This is a table. You can name this table. You can give it a name. Yep.
Ma, please, can you come with the table formatting? Come again with the table formatting, please.
Okay, I said you can
get the data format.
select your data. All right, select the data from A3, all the data that you want to put into a table. You want to make it a table. All right, and then either go to format as table, which is, you know, from your home ribbon, format as table, choose the format you like. Or you can use keyboard shortcut Control-T. It won't work again for me because it's already a table. And I told you that there is no way, okay, actually untable your table. Okay, great. So I'm doing it again. It will ask you, but because you are already inside the body of data, it's showing as if, you know, this is probably what you want to make a table. And then once, because they are headers, you can see the titles of each column. I've ticked my table has headers. So it will treat them as headers. And you can see that when you move down, right now, you can see A, B, C, D on my screen. You should be able to see A, B, C, D on your screen as well. But if you scroll down, you will see that the title of your columns have taken over from A, B, C, and D. If it's working like this on your screen, please say yes.
Yes, it's working
Yes.
like that on my screen.
Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. So you can see that Excel is saying, okay, I understand that all this data is together in a table. Yeah. But there is now more that you can do with this. You can decide that you want to create a pivot table, and that's where we're really going today. Creating a pivot table is like saying all this information in this table, I want to be able to summarize it anyhow I like. Say, for example, I want to see the people in finance. I want to see how much they are earning as their housing allowance. That's the only thing I want to see. Or I want to see the people in operations that are cashiers. That's what I want to see. You can decide to, it's like putting all the information in a bowl, and pivot table allows you to change the way it appears at every point in time. You can choose anyhow that you want to see. So let's try and do that now. Select the data again. Before we create the pivot table, let's just name this table so that you don't forget how to do it. Under table design, you see table name, table 2. Let's call this August payroll. All right, so we have named our table. Now we want to create a pivot table, and so we do that.
Mom, lost, Mom.
Can't be lost yet. We have not done anything.
Sorry, please, I'm trying to create the table and they're telling me my data set has header, it has filter. I need to remove the filter before I can create a table. And I'm going through all of it. I can't see any filtered data set or
fantastic. Control A, select everything.
Okay.
Control A, then go to data and remove the filter.
I should go to data and remove the filter. Okay.
Yep.
Highlight
and then try. All right. So by now you should have your table. Name your table. All right. To name your table, you go to table design. Under table name, the very first segment, table name. All right. Awesome. So now we want to create a pivot table from our table. And that's under insert. Under insert, you go to pivot table. You can see it has already identified that, oh, is this table, that August payroll table that you want to create, a pivot table from Abi. Okay. Do you want this pivot table to be here in this same August worksheet, or you want us to move it to a new so you don't get confused? And that's all. Okay.
I'm sorry, I can't find the table design. The table to name the table.
Can you see table design?
No, I can't find it on my own Excel.
What kind of Excel are you using?
The normal Excel.
And which one? Should be there now. It won't be there. And that's what I'm asking. Which one? Which version of Excel are you using?
Microsoft Excel.
What year?
Which year?
Okay. Is the latest one. My operating system is the latest one.
Hello. Please, I think where she's lost is, I think where I'm lost as well is probably you need to just take that part of renaming the table. Maybe you should just take it again so that we'll be able to get you. Thank you.
It's not a problem. Can you see table design on your ribbon?
Table design
Let
is
me go
not
back.
premium. I think we are using the same Excel.
Table design, is it under which part of the
This is table, this is data. Hold on, just hold on. This is the data. Control T. All right, create table. Is it a table? Have you been able to create it as a table?
Yes.
Well, it's actually showing my table has
on my screen.
I think that using mine is quite different. What you need to do, click on your home page. Once you click on your home page, you click format as. When you click your format as table, you click any design. The design will automatically appear. You click any design of your choice. When you click the design of your choice, it will write my table
Can you
has
see
header.
the table?
Yes.
Okay, so you click on any of the table designs you like. It has a lot of table designs. You can even create new style of table. There's a column down there. So you pick any design you have.
Okay, sorry, a quick one. When it's being asked my table has headers, what do we do? Should I click on OK?
Okay, when you click on, there are two things. When you click on the OK, it depends on where you highlighted from to control A, your data set. If you did not click from the first one, that particular place you click on is where it's going to pick as header, and it's going to form that as a static text. So you make sure that when you were controlling this data, it's from that pro rata you clicked on, and you clicked on Control A. Then it will tell you my table has header. Then you click on OK. It's going to be just fine. Are you there?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Chinedum. Please, I hope you are volunteer as our volunteer.
Not yet.
Dolapo, please take note of Chinedum Wokoro. Thank you. Thank you. All right.
Okay.
Okay, so are we all there now? Because we have moved to pivot table.
I still don't know how to format the table. I click on Control A, which is selected all the documents, but clicking on the design is bringing out a pop-up like that, saying like a kind of error. I'm seeing a figure like $1 and the value, so I could not be able to apply the design.
Click OK. Click OK. It's just showing you the numbers of the table from the table 3 to table, the cells. So just click OK.
Sorry, please, I have a question, ma'am.
Sorry, before you ask your question, I want to get the name of the person who just asked this question.
Name is Adegbede Afiz.
Yes, you indicated that you are a beginner in Excel, Abi? Yes, thank you. Okay, question.
Sorry, please, when I selected and I wanted to convert my data to table, it's saying that I should remove auto filters. And I've not filtered anything. I don't know why I'm having that.
Did you go to data and check if the filter was enabled?
No, it's not enabled.
There is no filter in your data.
There's no filter in my data.
Okay, hold on. I don't think that should be a problem though, but what you can do is just copy your data, just copy the cells that we want and move it to a new sheet. Use only, paste values only, and then create a table and let's see what happens. Okay?
So it's
Good evening, ma.
It's still
Please,
showing
ma.
this operation is attempting to change the filter range on your worksheet and cannot be completed. To complete this operation, auto filter in the sheet needs to be removed.
Hello, ma. Sorry, is anybody there? Are we to add this data to the model? Am I to click on yes or no? Add this data to the model.
Please, if you have difficulties, just drop a screenshot so we know what you're talking about because you're bringing us back.
Can we move on the Bible table, man? Can we move on the Bible table, man?
I don't think she's
I
on the
think
phone.
she's muted.
And network.
Hi, so if you're there, we can't hear you. We cannot hear you.
Oh, since you have
She's
started,
muted.
but we can't really hear you. Please, since you, yeah, it's muted, and it seems she's already on there.
So she's going to join again. Let's just give a minute or two. She's going to join again.
All right, that's fine.
Okay, I suggest that someone who knows how to do this thing should probably share his or her screen from where we are to create table.
And she's trying to do the
Probably you can
pivot table. I'm using a phone, so I can't share my screen, but I think I can explain it.
Okay, please.
That is fine. Okay,
Can
we
I
can check
okay,
the top.
can I share my own screen then?
Yes, please.
Okay.
So if you share your screen, by the time the facilitator comes, she will be unable to share her screen.
Oh,
so I think you should just hold off on sharing your screen and just explain without. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, she's back.
Okay. Sorry about that. I could actually hear you guys and I was talking, but nobody could hear me and I wasn't muted. So that was how I knew that the network has started again. Okay, so I was saying that yes, we have moved on to the pivot table. Let me share my screen again.
Is there a location for pivot table, ma? It's telling me location not found, destination not found.
For me, when I'm trying to create my own table, it's bringing out some dollar sign.
Okay,
Yes, it's
so
correct.
yes. So let me quickly explain what the dollar signs mean. The dollar sign just shows you where you are going or where you are, what you are referring to. You will see $A, $3. It means you are starting from A3. It's that simple. Okay?
Okay, I tried to click on A, but it's telling me this will change a filtered range on your worksheet. To complete this task, please remove auto filters.
Control A, select everything on your sheet, go to data, and check if your filter is there. Click on filter. If it's there, click on filter again. Make sure the filter is off. Toggle it off and on till it's off. And then try again.
Okay.
All right. We're moving to the pivot table now. For you guys that are struggling to make this transition, don't worry. During the week, we will do a lot of work on Excel to bring you, because these are the basics. These things you are asking are like really basic. So, before I even start promising, did you do the Excel test that we posted on the group? Okay, no, we'll address that. We will enter the same class.
Yeah, so I got it now.
Awesome.
Thanks ever so much. I got it also. The filter cost.
Awesome.
Sorry,
I've been able to create my
sorry,
table.
please. Someone was asking if we could add this data to the data model. Should we click that, or should we leave it unclicked?
No, don't click it. You are not adding anything to a data model.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So your screen should look like mine.
Please, which of the information are we creating pivot field for?
We have not started, Chinedu. Calm down.
Oh, sorry. I was seeing your field, sorry.
Okay. So everybody's screen should look like mine now. First thing we're going to do, we are going to name our pivot table.
Not yet. Oh, my own is not looking like this yet.
What's it looking like?
Just the normal table.
Sorry. Please.
Mine is looking at the normal table.
Please. Sorry for interrupting. That's the question I'm asking. Because if it's Excel 2016, we need to highlight, we need to click on a particular place before we copy Control A the whole table. So when the pivot table field is coming out, it's going to highlight just that column. For example, if we want the total relief and allowance and put our cursor on that and Control A the whole table, it's going to highlight just that one out on the pivot table. That's what I was asking, which of them did you get to? That I noticed that's how Excel 2016 works.
It's the whole table now. From A3. Is this confusing? Let's do it again.
It's supposed to be confusing. Right. We are actually doing a pivot table for all the data, so everything should be highlighted.
I'm not sure where you guys are mixing it. So I've gone back to the raw data. I'm glad we made copies now. All right. So this is the data formatted as a table. And then I just did from A3 to A29 and then X29. Insert pivot table. New work. I literally did not touch anything and just okay. Do you see that?
Yes, I think I'm there.
Everybody okay now?
Yes, ma'am.
No. Yeah, it's fine.
Yes.
Yes,
great. All right, let's move on. Okay, so now we're going to build.
Sorry, please.
I'm so sorry, please. Before you proceed, please. I just want to say a few things for better coordination. Mind you, I'm just a student myself, but I think that so that we not keep bringing our instructor back and back again. We can always download this video on YouTube after the class. Whatever I'm not catching right now, I'm going to download the video, and I think even if it's 2 hours, it can't be more than maybe 60 MB. I can download and watch and open my Excel again and follow through with everything she has said. So I will not waste time asking her question and bringing her back again. We will not move at a very good pace this way. You understand what I mean? So I'm just advising anyways. I'm also a student. I'm not one of the instructors, but I think that would work for us.
Yes, I
Please
also have
note that this
same
name
yes.
too. Olamide Gbadebo. I like him. Put his name on our list. Thank you very much. All right, yes, but it's true. You guys know it's true. The video will be there. We are not hiding the video. Everything is available to everyone. So let's continue. All right, so basically you can see it here. On the right hand side, you can see pivot table fields. It allows you to choose what you want to see in the table. You can decide that is only, how do I even begin to explain? I want to see the departments in rows. Right? Did you see what I did there? I clicked on department and drag it to rows.
Rows.
Look at that. It's showing me only the rows. But now, if I decide that I want to see the basic salary as value, wow, look at that. I can see that the finance staff are earning more than the operation staff in total. Everybody in finance costs more than everybody in operations put together. Interesting. When I am not clicking on a pivot table, you will notice that all that guidance by the right-hand side has disappeared because I'm not in a pivot table. But as soon as I touch the pivot table field guidance appears on my right-hand side. Say, oh, what do you want to do to this pivot table? Pivot tables are fantastic. They allow you to manipulate data in very, very dynamic ways. And one of the most fantastic things about a pivot table is that everything in the original data is in here. So if I double click on this finance sum of basic salary, guess what? It will create a whole new table for me, showing me everything that made up that total in that pivot table that I clicked on. I want you guys to try it, please. All right, you're there. Awesome. Awesome. Let's go back to the pivot table itself. You guys are having fun. All right, this is my pivot table. Okay, and then I can decide that, okay, I don't want to see just basic. I want to see total allowances as well. Please, whoever that is, mute yourself.
Ma, please, how did you go back?
I went back to the tab where I had the pivot table. So I'm going to call this pivot tab. All right. This is where my pivot table is. If you double click on any value in a pivot table, it will always create a brand new worksheet with a table that makes up that figure that you clicked on. Double click, operations, it will bring all the operation stuff. So imagine somebody that had this data that had this data and had to show you operation staff, and they began to now manually one by one copy. I mean, just imagine somebody having to do this while you, because you're a data analyst of some stature, you just double clicked it and instantly all the information is there. All of it. I mean everything. Okay, so we're going to do a lot more complicated stuff with data, with pivot tables. All right. Let me see. Okay, so let's change this a little bit. Let's say we want to remove the salary, this. Okay. And one thing you need to remember is that Excel is very intuitive. So as you were here now, you have put finance and operations. If you click on taxable income, Excel knows that that is a value. It is money, is an amount. Excel knows that it is most likely that it's not as if you want to see all the different taxable income listed here. That is, you also want taxable income to come under rows. Do you see that? Because Excel is thinking for you, it's trying to make your life easier. Excel will just say, most likely, what you want is to see the sum. Do you see the difference? Either way is fine, depending on what you want to do. But if you leave it to Excel, Excel will think for you as most likely, you want to see the summation, and this is how you want to see it. Because frankly, who wants to know that there are this number of different taxable income under finance or under operation? It just makes more sense to say, oh, this is the sum, this is what you want to see. Yeah? And then in the order you add them, that's how it works. So you can always reorder. For example, let's say I wanted the gross income to come first, the way it does on our payroll schedule. All right, gross income come first, and then I want to see the allowances, and then I want to see tax, and then I want to see net income. Okay, so you can always choose the order. You can always edit, modify your formatting of your tables. Yep, you can do other operations on them. You can do anything, basically. This is just an introduction to what pivot tables are. Do we have any questions? Ijoma?
Okay, sorry, I know they said we should take it to the end of the class, but a quick one. I'm looking at my own pivot where I have a field list. Mine does not have this box that I can check it. It has something like an arrow down to it when I'm looking at my field list. I don't know if it's the way I exported my table or something. I can do what you're doing. I'm seeing my pivots coming up the way your own is coming up. But if I wanted to click
where? Hello? Hello?
Do you get what I'm saying, or should I just send a screenshot to the group?
Out of time. Send a screenshot. Okay. But if you can do
Okay.
everything I'm doing, I wouldn't worry. But it's fine. Any other questions?
Yeah, please, I have a question.
365 Bashar. Yeah.
Yeah, please. My question is, where I work, there's how we actually treat data. For instance, we have range of customers. Like we have the retailer, we have the reseller, which is known as the distributor. Then we have the industrial. Now they are all they are not really categorized. In one column, they're just listed, and they are all under the segments. Now, and they have the amount of value for sales for each of them. Now, if, for instance, I want to just know some value within the resellers, within the distributors. Now, because they are all in the same segment, is there a way Pivot Table can help me to just, to just segment just these distributors alone without touching the other segments?
This is a fantastic question, and you are demonstrating an excellent use you are demonstrating an excellent understanding on the possible uses of pivot tables. The question I have for you is, how do you know when you look at the data, who is a reseller, who is industrial, and who is a retailer? Is there anything you use to know when you look at the data?
Yes, that's the customer units. The reseller, we always place it on a code of RL, and the retail as RT. So that's what we do.
Beautiful. You know what? If you don't mind, you can let's work on that data together. I would have loved us to do it today, but we are out of time. Let's take that as a real life scenario. We'll remove all the incriminating or personal data, and we will use that data to create a pivot table, do conditional formatting, and then we will also treat VLOOKUP in our next class.
All right.
Okay? All right. Thank you. Excellent. Anybody else? Okay. So thank you.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Mrs. Bisola, for the lesson so far. What I would just want to ask is that I know it is going to be possible, but I don't know how fast it will be for us to get this particular video, that the recording. I don't know if it is going to be possible for us to get it later today or tomorrow, so we can actually.
Thank you for that. That brings me to a very important announcement. Yes, I will push for this video to be made available as fast as possible. However, please note that we are not. I am not going to continue pumping information into the initial WhatsApp group. So everybody that is here now, there will be a new WhatsApp group where we will continue to build on the things that we have learned today. Yeah. So there will be assignments, practicals, videos, links, everything. So it will not be like the other group. The other group will still be there for general motivation and knowledge and all. But this now is going to be a lot more focused. Okay. So yes, as early as possible, you will get the video. You will get the video. Yeah.
Please, my question is this. My question is this. Please, can you concern the quiz you posted earlier? Some of us on the group that we are here to see. I don't know if you can help us repost so that we can take that quiz as well.
The Excel quiz.
Yes, ma'am.
Sure. Dr. Please make a note of it. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you everyone for being here. Thank you very much for making the time. Oh yeah,
Sorry,
you know,
please,
you'll
I
be
have a
added
question.
automatically to.
Okay. I wanted to know
okay.
what's the
If you
condition for being in the new WhatsApp
sorry,
group.
before you ask your question, Toyin. Okay. Yeah, okay, great. So before I answer that, Dolapo, can you confirm that you have the attendance for today's meeting? Or Mrs. Adeshola?
No, ma'am. Maybe Mr. Adeshola should have it.
Ms. Adeshola, are you still on the call, please?
Yes, I am on the call, but I do not have the complete attendance for the meeting today. However, if you stop sharing your screen right now, I can also share the recording with a volunteer to help bring out all the names of the people that attended. There are some people that I denied entry when they were trying to join a 4 p.m. meeting by 5 p.m. By 6 p.m. So yeah.
Okay, that works.
What if network threw us out?
Network threw you out. When you're joining again, you won't have to request. You will be able to join automatically. Yes.
Okay.
But is there a form one we need to fill? I haven't filled any form, sorry.
Yeah. No, I really like everyone to confirm their attendance. But Ms. Adeshola, you are sure you have all the information, yeah?